fun for your ears, and they don't hurt the wallet. It's always a happy day when we get some EarFun in the Gadget Lab. It's a little audio brand that has impressed consistently with tech-forward, budget-friendly true wireless earbuds. All right, they sent over the new AirPro SV for me to test drive and share my thoughts. Now, the SV move up the food chain a little. There's a little more consideration for design and style, and you can see it immediately in the case. This cute little cutout window where the buds become a part of the case design. I don't know if this is a thing, people not putting their buds back in the case and then grabbing the case and then not having their buds, but if that is a thing, at least here, you'll see right away if your buds are missing. USB-C and wireless charging on tap in the case. Now, I would be a little careful with the case design though. This is USB-C, but there's kind of a deep trench around the USB-C plug. So if your USB-C cables, your other USB-C cables, have a little bit more shielding around them, you won't really be able to get other cables to fit in this little trench. But on to the buds. These are an evolution of the Air Pro I reviewed a while back. Earbuds with the stalk, kind of the cut-off cable look. In terms of fit and design, there's an obvious influence when a manufacturer employs this look. The port that presses up against the ear is on the larger side. And thankfully, it's an oval shape. It's a little bit more ergonomic, but these ear tips aren't designed to insert deep into the ear canal. They depend on pressure against the back of the outer ear to seat into place. I personally like deep in-ear monitors, so it took me a little wiggling to get a snug, passive noise-reducing seal. I don't know if these are going to be the best options for someone with smaller ear canals, but there's some idea of this working well if they only need to mash up against the opening of your ear and not go inside deep. At least for me, for my personal use, being shallow fit earbuds, they do better than most for the moving your jaw around test. But they don't come popping out of my skull if I'm trying to chew on a turkey sandwich. Super simple tap commands and one of my favorite layouts for taps. Single taps should always be volume. The thing I adjust the most should be the easiest to use. And now there's a different chirp for volume up and volume down to make sure you get the confirmation that the action has worked. Double tap for play pause, answer a phone call, triple tap for your assistant. There's a long press on one ear to cycle ANC and ambient modes, and a long press on the other ear to toggle the low latency game mode. I like being able to control everything from my ears, and the only thing you can't toggle on earbud are EQ presets. There you need to turn to a companion app with some simple bass and treble options, and there you can also customize the long and triple tap commands. Audio tech on tap, we've got 10mm wool composite drivers. I don't know what wool brings to the table, but different materials are used on headphones to arrive at different sounds. I can't find many other mentions of this specific material choice. IPX55 sweat resistance, 3 microphones per earbud for ANC and to improve on your call quality. The SV connect over Bluetooth 5.2 and use AAC as the high quality codec. EarFun estimates 6 hours of playback on a charge with a full 24 hours out in the field when you use the charging case. That's an ANC off estimate. I got just over 4 hours on my first full charge with ANC on. It's not too shabby in this market. So this is a hallmark of the brand. These are tech-forward, feature-complete solutions. But they're also earbuds, so how do they sound? I think they're a little mellow. To my ear, on my fit, this is a chill sound with good clarity, but avoiding the kind of tuning that can burn me out or get fatiguing. It's definitely consumer base friendly, and it's not muddy, but some of that edge or articulation on things like synths or guitar distortion can be smoothed over. For example, on something like 50s style rock and roll, I lose the rhythm guitar a little more than I would like when the vocals come in, but the rasp on the saxophone is still present. My torture test, WTF from OK Go, comes in with some lush kick drum bass decay, but the highs are really rolled off. On this song, that's pretty good because this song can get piercing if your headphones are too bright. It's that bed. The lows on these buds can soften some of the stuff where we find aggression. I always take a spin through Rage Against the Machine, You actually don't want to hit a rage mix with extra bass. That guitar distortion shouldn't be smooth. But flipping gears, something like Daft Punk can feel a little bigger, a little grander. So these earbuds, they can groove. They groove well. And then tracks with pianos, the sense of space they create is kind of nice in this price range. Adele and Alicia Keys get this comfy blanket of reverb, and I dig that. Now, the stereo image is still consumer earbud. They feel face forward. I mean, even when you've got sound effects hard panned out to the edges, I mean, they only feel like they're just starting right behind my ear. Getting that analytical, I think we're in okay shape for a consumer sporty earbud. I mean, it's kind of silly to dig in this deep on sub $100 sport consumer buds, but we're getting to a point where these kinds of audio quality conversations start to make sense, even in the budget-friendly tier. The tech is cycling fast on true wireless. The only caveat I can drop is, of course, your mileage will vary because of the style of earbud and how they fit your ears.
And of course, the all-important microphone test. Not a call quality test. I am recording this locally here on my phone, but this is a light, breezy day in Southern California. It's pretty early in the morning and it's already like 80 degrees. It's going to be a hot one today. We just want to get a sense of what these microphones are going to capture before they send that audio data up to some kind of cell phone tower or network, and whether or not these claims on 3 microphones per ear are really going to do a good job of pulling my voice out of some low-level environmental sound.
Digging into the ANC, I've really enjoyed the recent updates to noise reduction from EarFun. They were one of the first brands I used that did a better job of blending noise and wind filtering into one mode. The ANC here is solid. It's not a world isolating noise canceling, but a fair amount of environmental sound gets cut. Low-level consistent sounds vanish, and even intermittent audio gets pulled back a bit. Often ANC is an area where inexpensive buds might not sound as impressive. I think you'd really need to know what you were listening for to hear the differences on these buds against more expensive earbuds. The ambient mode is respectable too. Sounds are clear. I don't get that piercing or overly bright hype on higher pitched sounds. Even my clacky keyboard sounds realistic. The only note on this, there is an air, almost like a light wind sound, that's on top of the world audio around you. It's not a hiss, it's not harsh, but the first time you fire that on, you're gonna notice that's not a sound that's actually happening in my environment. And lastly, the dedicated game mode, still a great consideration. More earbuds are arriving with Qualcomm's newest hardware to automatically support lower latency, but brands like EarFun were early to the party with these dedicated game modes. It's fun getting right up to the most aggressive audio cues and being able to play over Bluetooth. Even games like Thumper, that's not bad. I can play Thumper with these. Wrapping this all up, EarFun Air Pro SV, where do we stand? I like the EarFun vibe a lot. This price certainly matters in the conversation. A feature-complete solution listed at $90 MSRP. This is a brand that loves to play with coupon codes and sales though, and even at launch, we saw early birds as low as 59 bucks. Again, setting a bar for tech and sound quality at affordable prices. It's easy to find earbuds that can outperform the SV. It's not easy to find earbuds that outperform the SV at that price. A fun, sporty earbud which handles its entire spec sheet well, yeah, that shouldn't hurt the wallet. Absolutely a brand I think you should keep an eye on. Definitely kind of shop them around too. Like I said, they like to play with sales. I will, of course, leave some links down below where you can shop the EarFun Air Pro SV. Maybe also check out some of their other earbuds. They've got a pretty good lineup going right now. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel. All of the support recently has been fantastic, especially those of you who are jumping on this list of names from my Patreon, patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list is the coolest collection of tech geeks in the universe, so I hope you'll check them out. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy on the Twitters and the Twitch, Facebooks and the Instagrams, and I will catch you all on the next review.